up, everybody? This is your boy Food Junkie on my way to work as normal. I've been on here for a couple of days, just chilling, relaxing, living my life, doing my thing, you know what I'm saying? Talking about what I'm talking about, doing what I want to do. Welcome everybody, hope everyone having a good day. You know how we do it on my way to work. What's up, baby? How you doing? Y'all keep me company. I hope I keep you guys slightly entertained. We're allowed to talk about anybody and everybody, anything and everything. Let's get into it. Let's talk about strategy, shall we? What's up, babies? How we doing? Y'all know I can't see too much because the glare in the car and the screen is kind of messing with my eyes. But let's talk about strategy. By now we all know that Joe Biden has picked Kamala Harris as his presidential running mate for vice president. We also know that in the beginning of Joe Biden's campaign, he said that he was going to pick a black woman for his running mate. Now, first of all, I question, why would you announce that just off the rip, that you're going to pick a black woman for your running mate? That was kind of, doesn't sit well with me. But it's okay though, you know what I'm saying? But I know you do what you have to do to solidify a win in your eyes. And I was having a conversation in my real life about the women that was on the part of the conversation about who he was going to pick, and it was Stacey Abrams, which is she was she ran for governor here in Georgia. Then there also was Keisha Lance Bottoms, who is the is the mayor of Atlanta currently, and then there was Kamala Harris, which is the senator in California. Now, in the conversation I was having with people in my real life about this situation, I was saying I knew he was going to pick Kamala Harris. I knew it. One was because she had a really close relationship with his son, his now deceased son, Beau Biden. You know what I'm saying? They worked together on several different things. They had a really close relationship. He had a relationship with her. But that's not the main reason why he picked her. The two other ladies, the two other black women that was in the competition or in the running to be vice president, I should say, they were black. Black. We see how Stacey Abrams, as qualified as she was to be governor of here in Georgia, we see how she was robbed by our governor now, Georgia's governor now, I should say, and we see how she fought and did down on her views that she had. That doesn't look well. That doesn't look good to the American public. That this black woman, this heavyset black woman who's natural, articulate as she is, she admitted that she was in debt when she was running for the governor. She admitted that she was in debt. She had things that she was working on was not bills and stuff she didn't get paid. She admitted she had all these flaws. Open, honest, what we want in our politicians. We want people to be open. We want people to be honest. We want people to talk to us like something that we can identify with. But in politics, they want you to have the appearance of perfection. They want you to have the appearance of no scandals, no appearance of this and third. And if you do, they want you to deny everything. She's one person that's going to be like, yeah, I did this, I lived here, yes, this is what I've done, this is what I'm going through. I have people in my family that's in jail that I helped out, X, Y, Z, all the things that she did during her campaign. So basically, there's no skeleton in her closet that can be done. But at the same time, still doesn't look well that she's admitting all these things. Then with Keisha Lance Bottoms, we knew how she defied the governor when he said, open up the entire state during this whole COVID-19 thing based on Trump's orders. So he followed suit. Keisha Lance Bottoms said, no, I'm not going to open up Atlanta. I'm not going to put more people's lives in danger. I'm not going to cause more deaths and sickness than I have to. I'm going to continue to keep everything to a minimum. I'm going to continue to have these strict restrictions in Atlanta. I'm still going to make sure that everything is okay. The governor sues Keisha Lance Bottoms because he's more worried about the economy and the bottom line than he is about human lives. So when they opened up the schools here in Georgia, was not. We all saw the picture of the high school student who took a picture of the hallways that was jam packed. Come to find out, you know what I'm saying? There's been over 1,000 students and teachers affected since they opened up the schools in Georgia and had to close the school down again. We know that. So I'm saying all that to say that Kamala Harris, while she's a black woman, or perceived as a black woman, was not, or looked at as a black woman, and they're gonna dog and drag her like a black woman, but her reputation, her actions, is one that can be seen as she is closely black like this instead of black like this. Shout out to Funky. She's black like this, not black like this. Be it her policies, be it her procedures, be it her track record of what she's done, she's always leaned to the more this side in her policies and procedures, which is fine. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone thinks the same, not everyone lives the same. People live a different lifestyle. She did grow up in a biracial household, so don't know how, you know, controlled her blackness is to her with that, but she also did graduate from an HBCU as well, so we don't know. She also played, you know what I'm saying, AKA, so that's a black sorority, you know what I'm saying. But why did Biden pick Kamala Harris as his running mate? I told you why he didn't pick the other two ladies, and this is not saying that I like her or dislike her, was not. The whole goal is to get Trump out of office. And people, I know people say they're not going to vote, your choice, but in not voting, you still, that's a vote for Trump. Because the more people who don't vote, the more people who try to run out there and distract and write Harambe in as a write-in candidate or Kanye West in as a write-in candidate, that's a vote for Trump. It really is. And we wonder why he's doing everything that he's doing was not. We wonder why he said that he can walk in the middle of New York City street, shoot someone in the head and get away with it. Because we're proving to him that he can do that. We're showing him that, you know what I'm saying, what he said is true. But the whole point of Biden picking Kamala Harris is to keep his promise, one, of having his running mate as a black woman, but at the same time, appease his white constituents as well. Because we all know that first thing people say about about Kamala Harris is, well, her reputation for jailing, you know, people who have nonviolent drug charges in California. That's why I'm not going to vote for her. That happened, yes. As a politician, you go in trying to do your best. You go in trying to keep the promises that you say you're going to keep. But once you're inside the system, you realize that you have to make deals with certain people in order for you to get reelected, to stay in office, and to stay in power. What's up, babies? How y'all doing? You know, and with that was probably the deals she made. Be it she was on the forefront of policies and bills, or be it she supported and voted for policies and bills. All politicians do that. We as people, we constantly fight amongst ourselves with what is good for ourselves and our livelihood, and what is good for the broader audience. And a lot of times, a lot of us choose to pick what is good for, you know what I'm saying, ourselves, and to keep us in the positions that we want to be in. We see it all the time here on YouTube. We see that people choose to switch and flip and flop in order to maintain relevancy, in order to maintain some type of sense of power, some type of sense, what's up, baby, how you doing? Some type of sense of, you know what I'm saying, I belong, I'm connected to, I'm connected with type of situations. Now, Kamala Harris, like I said, she's white, she's black like this and not like this. Are they the same color? Y'all, I'm so light. Not in a good way, but yeah, they're the same color. Pretty much the same color. Anyway, so but we know what that means. We know when I go like this, that means it's on the lighter side, and it's like this. But thing is, you're not going to ever get a tangible situation in your vote, because people are going to say, thing is like this. We know what we've had. The question was asked last election, what do you have to lose? Well, thus far, since he's been in office, he pretty much demolished every procedure and policy and protocol that Obama put in place because Obama put it in place. Even things that would have saved lives, even things that would have, helped the country be better off than what it is. For everyone, we had to lose lives. We lost lives. We lost freedoms. We lost a lot of things since he's been in office. So I think that the general consensus is we need to get this man out of office the best way we can. And I was watching Funky's video today. I was also watching Olivia the Oracle video today, which is two really good videos. But Funky said something that kind of disturbed me. I want you to say something that I can hold on to. But even so, I'm still going to vote for the ticket I'm going to vote for to make sure to try to ensure that we don't have 4 years of the same. Period. I don't need you to tell me no lies. I don't need you to sit here and try to placate situations. The thing is, we are too emotional. That's what Olivia said. That stuck in my mind. She was saying that we're too emotional, and I wrote in her chat, emotions opposed to practicalities. That's why we have what we have today, because everyone, when Hillary was running for president, everyone was saying, oh, I don't like her, she's just unlikable. I'm not trying to hang out with her. I'm not trying to put her at my dinner table. I'm not trying to talk to her on the phone and be like, girl, this is what happened today, baby. No, I'm not trying to do all that with my president. I want you to be there to put policies in place that is best for the American public. Me liking you, me using my emotions, has nothing to do with the fact that it's not practical to me. I could tell by how someone run their company, or how someone abused power that they had, how they will act if they had the most power of the land. And we see what he's doing. You just can't put in place executive orders because people's not agreeing with you. You can't think that it's going to go your way all the time when your way has not been working. Keep throwing money at a problem does not solve the problem. It puts us in more debt than we actually have been in. But, that's no here or there. A lot of people are voting with their emotions, trying to, oh, I don't like her, or she did this, or she did that, or he did this, and he did that. And the reality is, that doesn't help the problem. All it does is convolute the issues that we have at hand. When we can't look at practicality, what's practical, what's not, if we can't be critical thinkers, like I always say, be a critical thinker, be a critical listener, be a critical problem solver, speak critically. These are not things I just say because I like the way they sound. I say it because we need to really take in all that information. We really need to be able to look at things at a whole, not as a singular entity. Well, it's not. It's just not about us and our happiness and our comfort, whatever. Granted, we all wish it was. We all hope that it is. We all hope that we can live with whatever it is that, it's the same token. We need to look at things in a way that benefits the whole. If you think that 4 more years of what we have is going to benefit the whole, both ways to go. But if you're looking for a change, that's the reason why we vote every 4 years. That's the reason why we vote every time we vote and people are up for elections. So we can exercise that right. And I think Joe Biden did a smart thing. Do I like Kamala Harris? Do I like Joe Biden? No. I don't too much particularly care for everything that they do. But I do agree with more so. I do agree with him more so than I agree with what Trump and Pence is doing. I just do. You know what I'm saying? Biden could have picked anyone, and I would have voted for him because I think that whoever he picked would have done better than Pence and would have done better than Trump. He would do better than Trump. It is. That's just the way I see it. It's not about, me liking every single policy that they put in place. It's not about me liking every single thing that they put in place. It's about me thinking critically. It's about me thinking, what are some things that they said and that they try to rectify mistakes that they say they made previously, or stand true to it. Like, if you are trying to rectify something that you truly feel is wrong, I can be down with that. And if you're trying to recommend something that you, well, or if you're trying to stand in something that you think is what it is, I can stand in that. You said all I can do is hope that you and believe that you are doing better than the people that we have in office now. And your track record has shown me that you will be better than, the people that we have in office now. There are some missteps, there are some mishaps, there's some things. You're human. I'm willing to, look past that if you're willing to acknowledge it and try to do better in your next position, your next decision. But at the same time, I'm not sitting here trying to hold you accountable for every bad decision you make. Just like I don't want people to hold me accountable for, well, hold me accountable was not, but don't hold it over my head and not give me the opportunity to do better. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. I think that when people do that, they pigeonhole themselves. They pigeonhole us as a company, as a country, in a way that is not the best. So to me, it's basically like cutting off your nose and spite your face. I know this person's not the best, but at the same time, I don't want to try this because they make mistakes too. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone has done something, said something was not that someone can disagree with. But her stance on that looks good for people who are harsh on criminal justice, who are for heavy criminal justice. That's another reason why she probably picked her was not. That's another reason why she will look good to some other conservatives that he's willing to switch over onto his side. You gotta look at things other than just what you see. Look at the big picture. Look at the strategy of it all. Look at why he picked her. Look at the strategy of, he's trying to court the black vote. He's trying to court the black women's vote. AKAs are powerful in this country. We know they are. They're political dynamos, was not. He's courting them. He's courting black women. He's courting successful people. He's courting biracial women. He's industry like Middle Eastern and blacks like that. He's courting that vote as well. He's courting the people who think like she think but still don't want to vote for Trump. There's strategy behind everything that is done. There are strategies behind everything else. He couldn't have picked Keisha Lance Bottoms or Stacey Abrams because they may not appeal to the demographic that he's trying to appeal to. They will appeal to the black vote, yeah, but how about all the other little subsets of voters that he's trying to appease to or appeal to? When you're running a political race, you're doing everything you can to win. You're not running that race just to run it, to get exercise. You're doing it because you want to affect change. You want to put yourself out there as someone who believes in what you believe in, that you stand fast in what you do, you stand true to who you are, and you want, to make a difference. And you stuck in your deck with as many people surrounding you that's going to help you do that, because you don't have all the answers. Like the president, granted, you have your ideas out there, and you put out solid things that makes it happen. But at the same time, you surround yourself with people who are smarter than you, who have different ideas than you, different policies than you, that can help you accomplish the goals that you have to accomplish, that you want to accomplish. And I think that, her, while I'm not a big fan of hers, that was a smart decision by him. And that in itself is something that I look forward to see what her things are going to be, how she's going to react and respond, how she's going to debate. Because like I said, what Olivia Oracle says is that when Hillary was running, her running mate wasn't as strong and as steadfast as Kamala Harris is. That we need somebody that will be, as the vice president, was not as strong as a Pence is, if not stronger, someone who can stand up to Pence. And Tim Kaine was not that person. He wasn't. Nice guy. Sound like somebody I can talk to and laugh with, was not. But as far as being a vice president and debating and being strong on policy and stuff, as a Mike Pence is, he wasn't. And that was a decision a lot of people probably looked at Hillary as was saying that's not a smart choice. That was a smart choice. So therefore, how can, if I don't believe in your choice and vice president was not, I don't believe in what you do as a president. The funny thing is, a little bit of personal information about me is that I was not going to vote for Barack Obama initially. I was going to vote for what's his name? McCain, John McCain. I was, because I liked what he was saying. mean, don't like everything he was saying was not, but I knew more about his politics and his procedures and stuff than I did about Obama, and I was more on board with what he was saying. But then when he picked old girl as his running mate, that is when I couldn't vote for him anymore. That's when I started looking closer at Obama, because what he did was pick someone because he just wanted to be different. He wanted to be a maverick, and that's not something that I'm looking for in my president. I don't care if they break the mold, do whatever you do, but put people in place that's going to be effective leaders that can effectively talk about their points of interest, talk about what they're going to do, think what the policy they're talking about, what's not, being able to explain and be able to answer questions, who's quick on their feet, who think critically, who think logically, was not. And Sarah Palin was not that person for me. So that right there shows that he had a lack in judgment. He's just going to put someone in place to switch up the game, opposed to putting someone in place that actually knew what they were doing. So there's a strategy to this one, and if you look at it as he's doing what he has to do in order for him to appease as many constituents as possible, while still stacking his deck and stacking his cards with people around him, especially people close to him that he can trust, and that will be more able to circumvent the people that he needs to circumvent in order for him to get his policies and procedures passed. That was a smart decision. And Keisha Nelson Bottoms and Stacey Abrams were not those people. While I like them much more than I like Kamala Harris, you know, they just wasn't at this time. You know, Kamala Harris is someone that can go across. Welcome, you guys. Appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate y'all will like the video as well. So this isn't a dragon video. This isn't a talking shit about people's video. This is just, you know, me talking about what is out there, what's not, what's on these streets right now, what's in the news, what's something that affects me personally. Because regardless of what people say that, well, your vote doesn't count, it does count. It counts more. I'd rather say I had a say-so in what was going on than say, oh, well, I didn't even try. And like I said, a vote for, a sit-at-home vote is a vote for Trump. It really, truly is. And y'all can vote for whoever you want to vote for, as long as you vote, as long as you exercise your vote, because either way, you have a choice. You should be wanting to exercise your choices. And before you start voting because on emotions, oh, I don't like this person, I don't like that person, look at what these people have done, look at their track records, and see which one that closely you identify with. Do I think that what Kamala Harris did is the best track record? It's not the worst. She did what she did. You know what I'm saying? That was years ago. You know what I'm saying? People have the right to change their mind. People have the right to, you know what I'm saying, come into a decision of what they think is best for their constituents at that moment, at that time, depending on the circumstances that they were dealing with. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? When she did that was a world judge 20 years ago. And doing that, whatever, you know what I'm saying, or 10 years ago, was that whatever it was, that was an epidemic that was going on, and she thought that was the best way to curb the epidemic. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, granted, most people that was locked up was people of color, which, you know, so happens that's the way this country is set up, to lock up more people of color than the other people. But that's just is what it is. That's how this country is set up. And as soon as you understand that and learn that, well, it's not people's decision, while it will affect us more adversely, it still is not something that, you know what I'm saying, we can, you know what I'm saying, that we should look more harshly when Americans do it. What should we do? Not have laws because it's not going to affect us more personally, but work within those laws to make sure that we protect everyone that needs to be protected. I think that's more something that we need to acknowledge than anything else, but that's just me and my thoughts, you know what I'm saying? That's just me and how I feel and how I think about it. It is what it is. What are y'all saying? What can I see what y'all saying? Hey Tessie, baby, how you doing? Shaquila, how you doing? Hey Ashton, what's up? I'm back. You're right. D-Dot, what's up, baby? Lady Key, what's up, boo? Miss Queenie, what's up? Everyone else in the chat, y'all, what's up? How y'all doing? Yes, he could have, Miss Queenie. I just read him say he could have been excellent Secretary of State. Yes, that's what I'm saying. I mean, his views and policy was amazing, you know what I'm saying? And he would have been great for that, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, when but actually he would have been a great president as well, but when he chose Sarah Palin as his running mate, he lost all credibility with me, all credibility. You know, everything he thought was the credibility was shot. I couldn't, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Princess, how you doing, baby? I couldn't, you know what I'm saying, deal with him because if you can't make the a right decision of what was going on with you, how can you make the right decision with the country? Yeah, I drink so much water. I love it. But yeah, I just want to come to y'all real quick to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? We need to start looking at why the why behind these people are doing certain things. Was that? Was the policy? And like I said, you may not always agree with what Biden does or what Kamala Harris does or PWB was not, but there's always a strategy in what's going on. That's why they hire political strategists. That's why they hire people to do what it is that I said they need them to do. And I'm sure that wasn't. I mean, that's not. I'm sure that he was. I won't say that they forced his hand to do that, but I'm sure that if he had a choice, he probably could have picked someone else. You know what I'm saying? He probably would have been more inclined to pick a white man. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be honest. But he knew that by being a vice president of the first black president, he wanted to get that same momentum that Obama has to propel him into office. He wanted to do that. He wanted to make sure that he picked someone because he couldn't pick another black man. So in order for him to show that he trying to get on the board with all this women power that's going on right now, was not the momentum that's happening with women right now, especially black women right now. He needed to pick a black woman. That's just what it is. It's strategy. And as long as you understand that was not a strategy, was not, and the ultimate goal is to replace, you know what I'm saying, what we have now, the more off you'll be. You know what I'm saying? It's like people just don't understand. Like people get too emotional about these things. Politics only works when you take your emotions out of it and you look at the strategy. What's the ultimate goal? What's the ultimate purpose? What's the end game? The end game is to remove this person out of office. That's end game. So he's going to do whatever he needs to do, whatever policies he needs to do in order for him to do that. And just so happens, it is a black woman that he hopes will be the driving force and the thing that can be done. And also think about it. She is a good choice also. Not saying that she would have been my first choice, but she's a good choice because Joe Biden is the oldest person that will be president. If he becomes president, will be the oldest person to become president. Was not. And if something happens to him, the person he picked needed to be ready and prepared and able to step into his shoes that same moment that something happens to him. And, you know, Kamala Harris, she's smart enough to do it. She's well equipped enough to do it. Her political views, her political expertise is there. You're saying her quick-wittedness, her being also fairly young, which is 55, I think she is. She has that energy, she has that vigor, she has that emotion to do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just strategy, you guys, and I think that was a good choice. While I think that Keisha Lance Bottoms would have been a great choice, while I think that Stacey Abrams would have been a great choice, because those are the names that was floating around, that he was floating around, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I think Kamala Harris was a choice because by picking her, he picked so many different aspects of what people are trying to look for, so many different different type of energies and people that will help him propel himself to the win. And it's okay. It really is okay. You know, and yeah, it's just, you know, we need to be able to think without our emotions. Think, you know what I'm saying, practically. What practical behavior, what practical situations is happening that, you know what I'm saying, will propel him to win. Like I said, you don't have to like every aspect of individual. I don't like every aspect of anyone. There are things about people that I don't like, but I will support. if we have the same goal, if we have the same purpose, but I'm not going to go into it maliciously or go into it thinking that, okay, well, you're saying this and that. No, my goal is to get better, for this economy to get better, for the lifestyle, for the energy to get better in this country, was not the racial tension to be disseminated, was not things to be put in place to help everyone. And if I think that you can help me do that, was not, or you believe in that, I'm going to vote for you. If I think that you are the match to a gaslighting things, was not, I'm not going to vote for you. I don't want you in place. That's especially not in a power in a place of power of position. It just is what it is. And if you can be charged with crimes once you get out of the office, was not, this is icing on the cake. Because we know that you have committed crimes. We know that you've done things that isn't worthy of your position and your station. Let's just be realistic. At least I believe so. I believe that I think that you should have been impeached and thrown out of office. But then we would have been stuck with Pence, whose views on certain issues that definitely affect me is, even more harsher and more crazy than yours is. Is what it is. But yeah, you guys, I'm at work. So let's come to you guys really quickly and talk to you guys about that last night. We are definitely in a time in our lives and in this country and in the history books that we need to be very mindful of what we're doing, very mindful of how we choose to exert our power and give away our power. You know what I'm saying? Because the decision that we make definitely affects us. The decision that we make definitely affects not only us, but the people around us, not just in our household, but across the country, across the globe. So that's why I'm so big on always saying love yourself and being nice to people, was not being cool. Granted, I know there's times where, you need to snap off and go off on people. There's times when you need to, break someone down to the lowest common denominator, was not. But that's not every day. That's not all day long. You know what I'm saying? Be mindful, think strategically, was not. Think about, the practicality of what is being done. Stop thinking so emotionally. Stop always, oh, I don't like this person, was not, personally. I don't know any of these politicians personally. They're all liars. We're all liars. We're all liars. Slow your ass down. We're all liars. You know what I'm saying? We all are. And I always say we because I always include myself. I'm not a liar per se where I like to just to lie. But I have lied before. I have made promises that I wasn't able to keep. I try to keep all my promises, was not, but I do know that there's things I can't think of one right now. But there are things that I've promised that I wasn't able to keep. I wasn't able to go through and make happen. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. We all do that, was not, and a politician is no different. They're still human beings. Just because you say you want to place certain things in place, was not, if you don't have the backing of everyone else, that's why there's a tier system, was not. The president don't have all the power. The president just gonna do what he is allowed to do, unless he chooses to do executive order. But then, there's also all kind of things that cause the confusion that we have right now. Be able to think about those things. There's the House, there's the Senate, and there's the presidency. It's just, people don't understand politics and government the way they think they do. It's just not, oh, well, they're lying. No. They made a promise. They tried to get it done. There are people standing in their way, just like with Obama. He wanted to do a lot of things, was not. But there was people out there from once he was elected, I'm doing everything I can to make sure he is a one-term president. Well, that didn't happen. And they tried to block everything that he tried to put in place. Well, he didn't do this. He didn't do that. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. Well, when you have people blocking everything that you put out there, was not, it's hard for you to accomplish what you want to accomplish. But shit, I think he did a damn good job with what he was dealt with. I think that he did a damn good job getting things to move forward the way they did, that encompasses everybody. And people are like, well, what did he do for black people? Was not. Do y'all not realize that civil rights was not for black people? Did y'all realize that? If they didn't add, what's that thing that people, God, Jesus, what's that word, you guys? I'm looking for that word, the word. Affirmative action. Affirmative action wasn't for black people. It was for white women. The right to vote wasn't for black people. It was for white women. A lot of people don't understand that, don't know that, was not. All of this affirmative action stuff, the biggest people that gained from affirmative action was white women. Do y'all know that? Do y'all understand that? Can y'all comprehend that? while affirmative action was put in place as something as, oh yeah, it's for black people. Well, it's not. Granted, we benefit from it, but it was basically passed because it was placed on the backs of white women, giving them the same power. That's why they got involved, because they saw how it was something that they could benefit from as well. That's why Biden, back to my point, chose Kamala Harris, because she identifies with everyone. She identifies with the women and the women. She identifies with them. When they see her, they see possibilities for themselves. When they see her, they see possibilities for their daughters, regardless of what color you are. Just like Keisha Lance Bottom said, when she was in the interview about what's going on, she said while she, okay, don't get behind me. I'll shoot your ass, don't fucking play with me. Anyway, so yeah, so she said that while she is happy that she was picked because it's good for her daughters, she's still disappointed that it wasn't her. Joe Biden made a smart move. This was a strategic move. This was something that will help propel the vision of, just like when Barack was elected. It put the vision of us, we have more pride in ourselves. It allowed people to, okay, well, I can do this too. Now this is the whole movement of what black women are doing right now. Oh yes, I can be vice president. I can be president. I can be this. I can do this. It gives you that energy. So if she wins, if they win, if that ticket wins, it gives us that energy. It gives women that energy. And she's not a threat to the others. It also gives them that energy. It's strategy, y'all. This is your boy Food Junkie once again. Thank y'all so much for joining me. I appreciated you guys as always. You know I love you guys, but it's not important that I love you guys. It's more important that you love yourself, you love someone else, you respect yourself, and you definitely respect someone else. Yeah, you guys. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much. Hey Shakira, baby, how you doing? Vashta, how you doing, baby? To be honest, she multicultural. Exactly, Vashta. Exactly. Like I said, she's black like this, not like this. She's not, she's not blackly black. Stacey Abrams have natural hair, a more fluffy woman, someone that you would look like as, a grandmother, things of that nature, or a mother figure was not. For, the person that would take care of you was not. Hate to say this, was not, but more of as a caregiver. I was gonna say the other word that he used, but I won't use that word. He used the M word, but I say a caregiver. You know what I'm saying? And Keisha Lance Bottoms may seem like an uppity Negro to these people of other colors, because she will stand fast in what she does. Kamala is just, she's a woman. Thank you, Shakira, baby. Appreciate it. But yeah, you guys have a great day, you guys. I'm gonna get to work. Love you guys. Hope you guys, like the video, you guys. Appreciate it. Y'all have a great day. And keep the conversation going. Like we need more conversations like this, opposed to conversations of always, talking mess and talking trash about people. It's not, we can do that, but let's sprinkle some real stuff into some stuff. Thank you so much, D-Dot. Appreciate it, baby. Y'all have a great day, you guys. Thank you guys again for being here. This is your boy Food Junkie. If you haven't liked the video already, like the video on the way out. You got my little hole in my little do-rag, y'all. I know I'm saying something. It's all good, though. Just about another one. But thank you guys so much for being here. Love you guys. Like the video on the way out. Until next time, this is your boy Food Junkie. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace, y'all.